Pisces, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for the week of the 7th through the 13th of November 2016. I'm Athen, and this channel is about using the actual constellations in the sky known as Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different, which means your sign might be different, and you want to watch this for the right sign. All right, so Pisces, this week we have a lot of things shifting. We have 3 planets changing sign, making this an important week of change. Mostly shifting our values with Venus going into Sagittarius, shifting of motivation, which is Mars going into Capricorn, and at the week's end, Mercury shifting into Scorpio, changing our perspective of things and our mind on matters. So let's go and look at this from the beginning of the week. Venus going into your 10th. First of all, I think there's a lot to enjoy when it comes to your career life now for the coming weeks. Maybe relationships can be coming through the career side of things. Maybe you can really be getting into the practical side of matters with the career. Venus does rule your 3rd. And communication exchanging there. And then also, too, asking yourself how you can really connect to your career on a deeper level or really make it in alignment with what you're truly about or what you truly value. And so these are some great questions to sort of ask. And what you'll find is that, yes, there's things certainly moving forward in this area. And a lot of it is about connecting to it, enjoying it, valuing it, and again, pursuing those values about it. Now, Mars shifting into your 11th means that there should be some motivations now for you to cultivate your aspirations, future things. Maybe some of you doing some networking, connecting to friends or groups, that type of stuff. Whatever it is, future things, aspiring things, community things is a really good source of motivation and drive for you. You may also find, too, that there is a bit of open-mindedness about these aspirations, which is great. Utilize that if you do feel that. Maybe open-mindedness with friends or a bit of adventurousness there. And also, too, again, these values. Mars rules your 2nd house, so it could be that you're understanding more about these aspiring values of yours and the values that you may actually have when it comes to community, friends, and groups and all that good stuff there. So that's the shifting at the beginning of the week. Also, at the beginning, the sun will be sextiling up to Pluto, which does suggest a bit of change, or at least an openness for that change. And I think in this regard, this has to do with what has been a good time for you to focus on, again, what really matters in life and connect to your deeper soul. This is the 8th house. This is about everything real, raw, and true about yourself, about life, and about relationships even. So to access that, of course, we do have to be open, primarily with ourselves, primarily with life. And the more open and deeper you are willing to go, I think the more rewarding this is all going to be. That's the inner work, the inner transformation, the inner healing, breaking some past patterns, and getting vulnerable with life. And so the more willing you are to do that, you'll find that there's a good source of energy here, a good prana. In fact, this week's end is going to be a full moon time. We're going to have a full moon on Monday of next week. So things could be culminating as the week unfolds in regards to that deeper connection. Also, too, seeing where you can have a bit of reliance on others. Interdependency could also be a focal point there. And also relationships could be coming to a head. The new moon was technically in your 7th house. There should be plenty of opportunities there with relationships, and opportunities may be coming through relationships or to connect. And the full moon will actually be right between your 2nd and your 3rd. So what'll be a high point with is anything you started 6 months ago regarding your values, your finances, and then also in regards to learning or communicating or trading, which is the 3rd house also. All right, so that's the week increasing. As it increases, there's more awareness, there's more momentum, and again, culmination with those key areas. Now, as we get into about Friday, Saturday time, Mercury is going to shift into your 9th house. And so this has been an area of emphasis in the sense that it's been a good time this year to really take seriously these possibilities and potentials. Saturn's in your 9th, really helping you build this stuff long term. That yes, it's great to have inspiration, but it takes patience, and it takes really persistence and discipline and all these more grounded qualities, because it's normally a very inspiring part of the chart. It's about life, it's about the inspiration of life and potentials. Saturn comes in here and it gets real. And so it's still great to do that, to build these potentials one step at a time. Mercury coming into here this weekend can emphasize a bit of like more of a practical understanding of these matters. And your home life maybe could be a bit more inspiring as well. Relationships could also be a bit more inspiring because Mercury rules your 7th and your 4th. So yeah, definitely the shift into now I think opening your mind, because Mercury is the mind. 9th house is about possibilities, future things. And so you can see those potentials, you can change those belief systems, which can be a very supportive force for you going into next week. I also want to mention this weekend that Neptune and the South Node will be very close to each other. They're going to go exact on the 17th of next week. So there is this releasing of past energy going on. And so it's subtle, it's kind of behind the scenes, but if you reflect on this, you'll see it. Basically, there's some past unhealthy things relating to your 12th house that are being relinquished, they're being let go at this time, or brought back into balance, let's say. And the 12th house is about idealization. The 12th house is about, spending time alone, but in an extreme, it could be escaping or not taking enough action, enough energy. It's too much of the 12th house or not enough of it. So another way of looking at it is if maybe there hasn't been enough peace and tranquility in your life. Maybe you haven't been as accepting and living in the present moment as what might be balanced or healthy. So ask yourself, is there an imbalance when it comes to peace in your life, either over or under extreme? Is there a balance when it comes to tranquility and acceptance? If there is, great. If there's not, then it's a really good week to make some changes there. And it's really so that you can be cultivating your personal development. This is the North Node in the 6th house this year and next year, emphasizing the fact that it's the time for you to be cultivating your personal development, whether it's your routine, your health, your diet, your regimens, some of you, your daily work, your crafts, developing those as well. But to do that, everyday stuff, we do have to have acceptance. We have to let go of everything that's not in our immediate control. And so that's what's being brought back into balance. Like I said, it'll be mostly next week, but it's a good week to consider that stuff, especially the weekend. Now, this weekend as well, I do want to mention the sun will be trining up to Chiron, so there's a bit of freshness and rejuvenation taking place this weekend. Again, for you, I think it has to do with connecting to life on a deeper level, connecting to yourself on a deeper level, having that openness and focusing on that stuff that truly matters. And I think as a result, you can find that quite healing. All right, Pisces, so this week, though, the way I would simplify it all is that there's shifting, and there's a shifting going towards what can be a great motivation towards your aspirations and network circles. There's some enjoyment to be had, or at least a shift of your values you can see through your career and your productive life. Things are certainly still being built about potentials, but they're taking time, and that can be a very positive force. And the focal point with all of this, the new moon, is focusing on where you can continue to open up, have a bit of vulnerability with life, really connect to what truly matters there. All right, Pisces, so I hope you have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week.